The disappearance of Amelia Earhart has fascinated the world for nearly 90 years when she attempted to become the first female to fly around the world. It was during that voyage when things went wrong. After a brief stop in New Guinea, Earhart continued on her journey with a navigator, Fred Noonan, but they would never be seen or heard from again. And since then, there have been so many questions surrounding, and researchers have looked into any clues into their disappearance. Theories have popped up over the years, including that they perhaps crashed near a remote island where eventually they died. Jeff Wise is a science journalist covering aviation, adventure, and psychology, and he joins us now. You know, Jeff, so many of us really perk up when we hear that there could be a new clue, that there could be some new discoveries. So what have you learned?
Well, you're right. This is such a fascinating case. So many people are interested in the mystery of what happened to Amelia Earhart almost 90 years ago. And people are just really hungry for any kind of clue. They're so hungry that maybe they'll look at, random pictures and see a shape that maybe reminds them of some part of an aircraft. And there's this group in particular, it's called the International Group for Historic Aircraft Recovery, TIGAR. And they've, over the years, they're frequently coming up with pieces of there's a piece of metal that we think maybe came from the plane, and maybe there's this picture that looks, maybe it was somebody, related to the plane. And it never really pans out. And if you think about it, this plane disappeared at a time when aircraft were so flimsy and so unreliable compared to what we have today. Crossing the ocean in those days was a big deal. I mean, she was going to be she was already world famous for crossing the Atlantic, and she was going to be the first person the first woman to fly around the world. And so people just don't realize how unlikely it is that anything is going to be found. Wreckage scattered across a huge area of ocean. So this picture was found. They think it's part of the shape in the image looks like a part of this aircraft. Frankly, I think it seems a little unlikely.
Okay, so for our viewers at home, I'm looking at some of these articles, and I've taken some notes. So their object in the photo appears to be, and you can break this down for me because you're the aviation expert, a Lockheed Electra engine cowling. So what is that in layman's terms?
It's the front part of an engine. It's the part right behind the propeller. So it's like kind of a curved, it's round in shape, circular in shape.
But would they be able to, what would they be able to identify? Meaning, would they be able to know the year and the make and all of those things from that photograph? In theory, of course.
No, I don't think so. I mean, basically, it's thin, and this is how thin it is. They're saying that there was this picture that somebody took a long time, like 20 years ago or something, and we didn't really look at it properly, but now that we look at it, we see this shape, and we think that this shape looks like sort of like the shape of a cowling from this particular aircraft. And if we could go back to that place, we could take that lump of coral, because whatever it is now covered in coral, and we could take it, we could see if it actually is from Amelia Earhart's plane. But we forgot where this picture was taken. So we're kind of at dead end. We have this picture, we think it's a lump of coral that sort of is in the shape of a piece of an engine, and that's it. That's the end of it. I mean, it's like, it's a dead end. It's not very satisfying.
Okay, so I also was, for someone like me, you're always looking at, what do authorities say? So I tried to figure out, and I did some research. So the official U.S. position, if I'm not mistaken, is that the plane ran out of fuel, that she didn't survive, and it crashed into the ocean. But I want to know what Jeff Wise thinks. What is your official theory?
I mean, there's no theory. It's just that she was famously not a very talented navigator. She was over the huge ocean in a rickety airplane with not enough fuel, and she was trying to find this tiny little fly speck of an island. And if it was anything other than her running out of fuel and crashing and dying, it would be a miracle. Like 99% chance, just like if you just looked at it, that's what you would expect. That would be more normal. That wouldn't be normal today. Planes today are incredibly reliable. But in those days, when we were just we just invented the airplane, we hadn't really figured out how to do it properly. Technology had a long way to go. So you would expect that this is what's 99.999% likely with Amelia Earhart. She crashed into the ocean somewhere in a vast area of sea, and whatever is remaining of that hasn't already just turned to dust and floated away is it's somewhere at the bottom of the ocean.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find News Nation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.